Oh hi, it's Opie and PanAnning. Welcome you back to Bad Dub Theater with Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Justice for All, and we're finally at the fucking first trial of Case 4.
Hooray!
Yay! Let's go. Damn it. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Oh, hi, dude.
Adrian did it!
That's what it looks like.
Dude, no way! That woman couldn't do anything like that.
In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you.
A mountain of evidence?
I'm certain there's someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you.
Please, Mr. Lawyer. Dude, like I said yesterday. I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, dude, alright? Can't let any sort of scandal ruin that.
I understand. Well, it's almost time. Mia, you brought your exhibits with you. Brilliant. We must get a complete acquittal today. I know. I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day. Indeed. Well, let's get going. Oh. It's him.
Fantastic.
This is Wright. Good morning. Is this Mr. Attorney? The day of the trial. Maya, she's unharmed, right? Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. For myself, you must win today's trial, which is why I sent you a little present this morning. Present? What in the world would you want to give me? You'll figure out once the trial opens. Even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest, if you please. Wait! The kid never sent me a present.
Mr. Lawyer, dude, who was that?
No one. It has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything.
Dude, you know, just get Logger.
Damn. Present, you say? Well, it's a great present, however, it wouldn't be the way I wanted the present to be. Oh, I haven't done this, guys.
Something is missing.
Right. I haven't done this guy in such a long time. The court is now in session for the trial of Matt on God. Are the prosecution and defense ready? The defense is ready, Your Honor. I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Carver? I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me? I guess he's into the whipping thing. Such a naughty boy. Your Honor, please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now, what is it? Prosecutor Von Karma has... This morning, Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman. What? Shot? Somehow, I think this is the present that the man was talking about. His present? Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she disappeared, this would be to your advantage. This is totally insane. But Miss Von Karma, is she alright? I don't have that answer.
She's alive and in stable condition.
That's good. Phew. You're... I thought he showed up.
Your Honor. Due to the circumstances, Miss Francisca von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. A prosecution is ready, naturally.
You smug bastard. Mr. Edgeworth. It's good to see you from that side.
Miss von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing. Luckily, I have looked this case over and I'm familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Mattingard.
The court acknowledges the prosecution.
Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Witness, your name and occupation.
My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down in the precinct. For now. After this trial's over, so I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Detective Gumshoe.
The prosecution has no need for the press witness. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's have your testimony. If you want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that.
Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight. Yeah, it would have to be with
No
Edgeworth as my
kidding.
opponent. Yeah, the answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth. I like things rough, though. Speaking of, look at the bare facts of the case. This murder happened after the Heroes of Heroes award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Corrado, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about that empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room. Yes, sir. Both the victim and the defendant went alone to their rooms, sir. I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. I like this case, but it is so difficult.
Yep,
But to starters, we just have
really is.
we just have to press for info here. There's nothing. We need to learn more about this case. Hold it. Why is it lagging? Fuck. Would you please give us a brief timeline of what happened after the ceremony? Okay, pal. The ceremony started at 6 p.m. It ended around 8 p.m. and then there was a short break. A special post-ceremony show was supposed to start in the lobby 30 minutes later. And that's when the victim's body was found, correct?
Which is to say, the murder occurred during that 30-minute break period.
Please continue with your testimony, detective. Press. Hold it. The person who discovered the victim's body was Adrian Andrews, correct? Yeah. Who is this Adrian Andrews you were talking about? She's the defendant. Vanguard is manager. She's a really pretty lady, sir. Oh, so she's a pretty lady. I wonder if she will grace us with her presence. When the post-ceremony show was about to start, she went to get Mr. Vanguard. After visiting his room, she next went to the victim's room to get him for the show, sir. I see. And that's when she found the victim's body. Press. Hold it. The cause of death, wasn't that because Mr. Coretta was stabbed in the chest? Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal. Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Now, a real pro's attention would be drawn here to this bandana. Banana. His bandana, sir. That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir. Oh, yes, I see. His banana-scented bandana. No, George. Then what about the knife? It seems to have been stuck the victim's chest on purpose after his death. We have a crafty murderer on our hands here. Banana scented bandana. Damn it, Judge. Hold it. And why did you think that? Because it was empty, pal. The Jammin' Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar, and we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime. Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wanted to get the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that? We thought of that too, but the only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. Only the victims, huh? I see. So much for my theory then. Guitar case updated. Sweet. Hold it. What convinced you it had nothing to do with the case? The guitar wasn't at the Capewater Hotel that night. Well then, where was it? The bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Correa, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir. So you mean that he forgot to put in the guitar instead of inside the case? Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar. So that guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel? Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all.
I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana.
You were gonna say banana, were you?
Maybe. And after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Madengard? Because there was reason enough to suspect them.
Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing. Very well. Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter. Yes, sir. Oh boy. Why arrest Matt and Guard? Matt and Guard and Juan Coretta were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the Jammin' Ninja's button. It was ripped off the ninja's costume and was found in Mr. Angardi's hakama. And the defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder. So the
There's one problem with that.
Right. So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir. I've added to the court record. And
That
there's
is
this
a
button.
knife.
This is a knife. That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it? And this button also covered in blood. Yes, and we know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir. What? Didn't we know that? Oh no, we didn't know that yet.
Not yet.
But now we do. All of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it?
Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right?
I'll find a hole in your argument somehow.
You can press as hard as you like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions.
But I like to press things. Urgh. I like pressing things. Come on. Alright. Fuck you. Okay, da, 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 da. Hmm. Really? That's motive enough for you? How can you say that? Wait just 1 second here. His own Garde was beating Mr. Karida in his popularity polls. Well, yeah, I guess, but... Which means that in the defense eyes, the victim was not a rival at all. Which means he had no motive to kill at all. Yes, I quite agree. Well, detective? It's not... Well, I guess if you put it that way, then, yeah, the defendant would have had no motive.
Detective, I'm beginning to see why you were fired.
No, not you too, Mr. Edgewood, so that's...
I look forward to your pension negotiation.
No! No, detective, let's continue with the testimony. No, my poor pension too.
Detective, if you value your money, I suggest you proceed.
Yes, sir. We'll talk about my pension later, sir. What was that? What about what I was saying? Hello? Anyone? And once again, he was ignored.
No one gives a fuck.
And once again, he was ignored. Oh, come. This one. So the knife. The knife. Oh my god, so much lag, and why is it doing that? I don't get that. Slam. Wait a second. What? So, the basis of your argument that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my guy bought a knife beforehand. Getting confused with those two words. That's right, pal. The defendant did not buy this knife. Huh? Take a good look at the handle of this knife, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Huh? It has a Gatewater seal set to the handle. Gatewater? I think I've heard of that name somewhere before. That's the name of the hotel? The Gatewater Hotel? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means that this murder weapon was not premeditated. Yes, that is very true. This is a very big... What is it, Mr. Edgewood?
I'm sorry, but the defense simply is too careless.
What? What?
I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been...
How so?
I admit this knife is hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that that is dumb enough to realize that.
Yeah, that's a shot to Gumshoe. But no. Oh.
The question is,
What is the question?
where did this knife come from?
Well, it's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Karida's room.
Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect.
Boo.
The victim ate the last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on the top of the table.
There was a knife and a fork on the table. Then, what in the world did this knife come from?
If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Madden. Especially what was on top of his table.
There's one missing knife.
There is something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife?
God damn it. Damn you, Edgeworth.
We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Maddengar's knife was missing. Mr. Engard had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife? For a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder.
Amazing. Mr. Edgeworth, absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction. It seems that, like Mr. Edgeworth had this plan from the very beginning. This must be one of those traps and I just walked headlong into it. Murder weapon with a fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. There is quite a sizable amount of evidence here.
I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your Honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Evidence not yet shown. He means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence. What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright? Well... Phoenix, the judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here, that gavel of his will be ringing out to the sound of our defeat. Yeah... Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to present to this court? No, not right now. Actually, I do. Well, there's one piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court is yet to see. Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel that this trial needs to continue at all. However, I'm giving you one chance. And only one.
What the judge is saying, right, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs.
If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us. Look at that fucking thing.
Yep. And this is the first one.
Yeah,
The first. There will be many more in this particular game.
And by the way, please don't mind the dog outside. Apparently there is some fireworks firing outside my house, and apparently dogs don't like fireworks.
Spoilers, everyone! It's 4th of July when we record cars. There's fireworks in the U.S.
Right. You may now present one and only one piece of evidence. Now then, what is this important evidence that you must show to the court?
Don't fuck this up.
Fuck me. Oh, that's all my evidence. Fuck.
Yep, that's all of it.
We've already seen the button. No, we haven't. No, they haven't seen the glass. They haven't seen the glass.
No, they have not.
I was thinking button, but I was like, they already shown the button already.
Yeah, it even got updated.
Right. This is a wine glass, is it not? Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. Oh, Jesus Christ, thank you. Showing no game overs whatsoever. The scene is a mess because of the victim struggling against the assailant. The vase was broken, and his makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were, at one point, sitting on top of the dresser. Well, yes, I see your point. However, this glass that is sitting on the top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over along with everything else is this wine glass. Slam. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, what do you all have to say? Oh, well, yes, it is a little particular. Yes, is it? I thought it was. You could stop looking at me with your puppy eyes from theirs now. Mr. Edgeworth,
What is it, Your Honor?
your own opinion.
You don't need my opinion, because there is no special meaning to that glass.
What?
It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking.
That does sound very plausible. Mr. Wright? Could Miss Andrews really have set the glass down without thinking? I don't think, no. No, there's no way. If I appear weak here, the trial is over. I can look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct and point out with certainty. They just might fall for it if you're not thought-provoking enough. Slam. The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table. You turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim? There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing.
Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it.
But what? Damn you, Edgeworth.
You're not thinking hard enough today, right? Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice?
Then,
Of course it has been truly inspected for fingerprints.
fingerprints?
There are only one set of fingerprints left on this wine.
Only one. Well, whose were they?
They were not the victims nor the defendant. Rather, they were one of Adrian and...
What? Wine glass updated in the court record.
That is why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright?
I can't believe I fell into another trap.
Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went. But upon seeing his dead body, he was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser.
What you said makes a whole lot of sense, and unfortunately, appropriate things are coming into my head after watching this scene.
Now, do you see, Mr. Wright? You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well. I've thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I have come to discover.
Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict.
Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness you would like the court to hear from.
Another witness?
Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness.
What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking? Oh, god damn it.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation.
Hmm.
Witness, your name and occupation, please.
Gotcha!
I wonder what happened to that calm composure he just had earlier.
Luigi boy, it's been what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me.
I saw the report of their testimony, but who knew that under that helmet, it was the Wicked Witch on the witness stand?
I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. And today, I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime.
This witness, the terrible crime is the oldest court needs to know.
Shush! I'm talking to my dear Idgy Wedgie right now. Don't interrupt us, crap!
Yes, madam.
No, please, by all means interrupt her, please! Anyway, witness your testimony, please.
It's true what they say when that youth are harder than nowadays. Not that I mind at all, Idgy. Now then, what should I start with?
The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of... Is this correct, Miss Oldbag?
It was a great job being able to see my dear Yuan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle.
You mean you were a fan of the victim?
Look, everyone is crazy over that Engard saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I've no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man. Go on, corridor.
But those two were at the same age.
Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night.
Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder.
Leave it to me, Edgy Poo.
Oh my god. What you witnessed.
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out on it. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Yuan's room. It was Engard, man Engard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Yuan's room.
So the Mr. Unguarded came out of the victim's room.
See? It has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Hooray.
My god. Ugh. I can't stand her. The wicked witch at the witness stand. It was on guard, man on guard. It was him all along. You saw my client? Are you sure about that?
You see?
Really?
Annoying brat! When I saw someone, I saw that person!
Why do I get the sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid mess like last year, I should delve into this a bit further. Oh, the clothes. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail.
What a troublesome man you are. Really, as if something like that matters.
But it does.
No, what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing.
What thing?
That gaudy thing he's always wearing. That racing jacket.
Ah, he was wearing that in the detention center too.
That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Man.
Right. So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way? Yes, it was very important. Otherwise, I wouldn't be saying this at all. Of course it was important, Your Honor.
That perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important.
Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket to be appended into her testimony. I don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright. Witness, please.
Well, I don't like to bite mouth without anyone without a reason, but if I must. He was wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it's all just for show.
Are you sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket?
What do you think? It's not like I've seen him in anything other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it.
She's so sure of herself that is the point of self-absorption. She might not remember things or to be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying. That's bad for us. Really bad. But that's how the human mind is. It also has a tendency to jump off topic. She's straight onto a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? But that's what makes her a sweet old lady, right? That's because you're not the one who has to question her. Ugh. I just have to, if I have to present... Yes. Slow-mo. I love it. I love some slow motion.
Oh man.
Button. Objection. Point. Miss Oldbag. Damn you, old bag.
What? Don't say my name for no reason.
Do you know what this is?
It's button number 2 in the Gemini Ninja's costume.
Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance.
Give it here! Give it here! Don't give it to me! I'll punish you with this!
Wow, she really is a diehard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Angardi's body during a full body search.
See? See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was that rascal.
It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai hakama pants.
See? See? And Engard is the nickel samurai.
Slam. Witness. Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination. But just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Manangardi, was wearing his usual racing jacket? He just...
I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. I worked at Transit. Let me tell you. It's like keep it that way, but I don't say what I was. I was just I was like,
Now, hold your tongue there, still there for 1 second. So, what you saw in actuality was not Mr. Angarde, the man, but Mr. Angarde, the Nickel Samurai?
when you think about it,
Hmm,
you really wanted the same anyway.
Slam. Miss Oldbag, this is a very important point that we're talking about.
Ichibu, you think so too?
Well, it might be something worth thinking about.
Just say it's important and agree with me for a change. Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as before you can testify.
Alright, if you insist.
I should be the one sighing, not you.